Well, really excited to welcome in Alabama head coach Nick Saban to talk about the Eagles' second-round choice quarterback Jalen Hurts. Coach, you recruited Jalen coming out of high school, and I want to start there at that point in the process. Tell us what it was like recruiting Jalen. What was he like, at such a young age coming out of high school? Just give us, just some background on the quarterback coming out of high school.
Well, Jalen was a great athlete. His dad was actually his high school coach, which was a little bit, you know, kind of an unusual situation. But I think his dad did a great job of bringing Jalen up as a great character person, very good leader, on the field. Players responded to him very, very well. Um, and, Jalen, a lot of people had questions about, okay, can he throw the ball as well? And I remember Lane Kiffin was here at the time, and he went and watched him in the spring, and said, this guy's athletic and he's got a live arm and can make a lot of good throws. So we ended up being very, very excited and happy that we got Jalen, and he did a great job here for us, especially starting as a freshman.
That was going to be my next question for you. Was that he was the first quarterback to start as a true freshman for you at Alabama? What did he do to kind of earn that trust from you guys on the coaching staff to be thrust into that role early on?
Well, I think it was time and circumstance a little bit, but and we had to adapt some of the things that we did to his skill set. Um, I think that because a lot of these guys that are very athletic quarterbacks, um, they don't really have to grow up and go through um, progression reads, I'm going to call them, as quarterbacks, because they can look at one guy, and if that guy's not open, they take off running and they have tremendous success, doing that, or they scramble and make a play. And the defense breaks down because of their athletic ability. So um, we had to do some things to enhance, some of the stuff that Jalen could do, but this whole spread offense kind of sort of can feature a guy like him very easily. And he did a great job for us and showed a lot of maturity with some good players around him to be able to continue to improve and develop as a quarterback. And he improved each and every year as a passer, understanding the reads in the passing game, making good choices and decisions. So, um, he did a great job for us as a freshman, though.
Is there one play over the course of his 3 years there, Coach, that you'll all 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you'll always remember as a Jalen Hurts kind of play that kind of explains what he is to the fan base?
Well, I think that pretty ironic that um, in Atlanta in the national championship game, he gets replaced as a quarterback against Georgia, and in the very next year, um, Tua goes down with an injury, and we're playing the SEC championship game, same building, same opponent, playing Georgia again, and he comes in and does a phenomenal job in the second half and runs a quarterback draw for a game-winning touchdown, and it was such redemption. I think he had supported Tua, Tua had supported him, and now again it goes back to Tua supporting him, and those two guys did a phenomenal job, and they should be both recognized as real team players that showed perseverance when they were backups to actually win jobs, showed perseverance when they were in tough situations to be ready to compete when they had to. And that's what Jalen did in the SEC championship game. And Jalen probably improved here more the year he wasn't playing than the years that he was, because he became a better passer. He took the challenge, in practice, every day. All right, we've got a pretty good defense around here, so he's going against pretty good players, and we had pretty good players as several of them got drafted. All right, so he took that challenge where most guys might go pout and be, frustrated with their circumstance. He didn't do that at all, and he actually got better, and it showed. I think in that SEC championship game.
Coach, I wanted to ask you just about that situation because so many guys I feel in today's game would have entered the transfer portal, that following week, and he stuck around. He competed that spring, competed that summer. You talked about, the role that he played as the backup, how he got better. Can you just give us a peek behind the curtain about just his mindset? You know, obviously he put so much preparation in for him to come in that SEC title game and be ready to play. But is there a story or some kind of moment that you kind of remember, an anecdote that kind of speaks to what he put in behind the scenes over the course of that year?
No, I think it speaks to who he is. You know, he had a goal that he wanted to graduate from college. All right, so a big part of the reason that he stayed here, knowing that his circumstance had changed, was that he was going to graduate, and he wanted to graduate. That was the plan. When he graduated, if he wasn't playing, then he was going to try to go someplace, where he could play. Um, and I remember, him coming into me and saying, I can go to Miami because the quarterback coach had gone to Miami as a offensive coordinator, the quarterback coach here, Dan Enos. Mike Loxley got the head coaching job at Maryland. I can go to Maryland, and I can go to Oklahoma. And I said, Jalen, where they have the best players? Because he felt more comfortable going where he knew these guys. And he said, well, I think they got the best players at Oklahoma. And I said, well, we just played them. I think they got pretty good players on offense, too. And I said, I've always told you that quarterback is a hard position to play if you don't have good players around you. So if I was you, to create the most value, because you got 1 year to do it, if you know you can be the starter there, go where they have the best players. And that doesn't, it's no disrespect to anybody else, the guys that worked here and did a great job here. It's what's best for you. That's how you got to make this decision right now. And he did it, and I think did a great job for Oklahoma as well.
And then, Coach, the last question I had for you, obviously, it's a unique offseason with everything going on around the country with COVID-19. That's going to be a shortened offseason, certainly different than what rookies typically have to deal with already coming out of the NFL draft. But, I feel like with Jalen, with so many different schemes and so many different years, obviously, you talked about the different coaches that had gone on to other places from Alabama. Can you talk about how he might be more prepared for that kind of situation here in Philadelphia? Yeah, coming off that shortened offseason, picking up the offense quickly.
Well, I think that, Jalen has had several offensive coordinators while he was here. So he really had to adapt to different systems. Um, he went to Oklahoma where it was a completely different system, completely different terminology. The two things about Jalen, he's smart and he's conscientious. All right, so he's going to make sure that he knows what he's supposed to do and feels comfortable doing it when he goes out there on the field. And I think that's the most important thing. Players that are conscientious, no matter how quickly or slowly they learn something, they're going to make sure they get it, however long it takes. And that's kind of how Jalen is. And I think that'll help him adapt to whatever system they want to install for him in Philadelphia.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, giving us a little bit of insight here into Jalen Hurts. Stay safe, stay healthy. Best of luck to you guys here this fall.
All right, thank you. Same to you.